Okay, so in this video we are going to set up our menu. You can see we've got the button there, set up your menu. We're going to click on there. And then under the menu structure we're just going to remove these pages that are there at the moment. We don't want any of those in our menu. Okay, so we're going to call this main header. Doesn't really matter what you call it. And then under categories we are going to choose our two categories and then click on add to menu. You can see they pop in there. And I also want to create a link to our home page. So we're going to choose this one here, but we're actually going to edit the title. We don't want it to say that, we just want it to say home. Okay, so we're going to minimize that. Oops. Okay, and we're going to add that to the top. Okay, we need to check where it says theme locations. We want to tick that button there. Now you can also automatically add new top level pages to this menu for whenever you create any more categories, for instance. But we're not going to do that. Just in case you add any pages that you wouldn't want included. Obviously you can always go back and add them at a later date, but we don't want to do that automatically. So I'm going to click on Save Menu, and then going back to Visit Site, you can see that they're both there now. So the categories are also down the right, and we've got them at the top as well. Okay, so that's how you customize your menu structure. On the right hand side here we're actually going to rejig these around. There's some that we obviously will not need, and in the legal one you can see that the page has been added there because this was a page widget again, so any pages that you add will automatically appear in here. So we're just going to go ahead and tidy this up. We also don't need the meta. This is to enable you to log in and log out, but you don't really want people to see that on your site. Okay, so we're going to go to our installation dashboard. Underneath appearance we're going to click on widgets. Okay, so recent posts, number to show, 5 is fine. The search box, we don't really need it that high up on the sidebar. We want to try and keep all our important stuff at the top. Recent comments, I don't really want the comments from people displayed on the sidebar. Similarly, we don't really want archives. As long as we've got the recent posts and the categories, then people can browse to exactly where they want to go anyway. Okay, under legal, again, yeah, this was the page that we set up. Under here you can see where it's got exclude. You can actually exclude page IDs from this. So obviously in this widget we've called it legal, so we want to keep it congruent. So let's go into our pages and find out the ID number of the page that we created for home. Okay, so this was the home page that we set up. If you rest your mouse over edit and then you look down the bottom of the screen here, you will see an ID number that pops up, or the URL. As you can see there, it says post.php post equals 64. So that is the ID number of our post. If we click on edit, you can see the number is there, 64. So that's the number we want to exclude from our widget. So let's close that down. So because we called it legal and we just want to keep the legal pages in there, underneath exclude we're going to type 64 and click save. Okay, that's done. Scrolling down, the meta, if you remember we didn't want that, so let's remove that, and we got our search at the bottom. Okay, so let's go and take a look at how the site looks now. Let's go to visit site. Okay, so we've got our home page, the static page, we've got our two menus here, we've got our recent post on the right, the categories again, and the legal, and our search box.